Oh shit, you're in the Army.
Yeah, I sure am.
You're active duty.
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd you qualify out of?
North America East.
Okay.
I'm at
What place did you take?
sixth.
Okay. And are you is this your first time?
Yeah, first time qualifying. The last 2 years I've been in the West because I was living in Kansas, so I was right at. I can't remember the exact places, but it was like 15th and then 13th the last couple of years.
Damn, well thanks for your service.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
Are you an infantryman? Infantry
No,
officer? What
no,
are you in?
I'm an attorney in the Army.
Oh no shit. Okay.
I work for the JAG Corps here at the recruiting command at Fort Knox.
Oh, very cool. And you wrestled, clearly.
I did. Yep.
Oh, you
Yep.
wrestled at Ohio State. That's a pretty
Yep.
big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of a last minute thing that was not expected at all. I grew up playing football, wrestling, baseball, and I thought that I could play football in college. Tried to walk on and play at West Point, but I didn't get into West Point. Um, and then just kind of right around that time, I got basically like preferred walk on to go to Ohio State. So then it was all craziness from there.
What weight class did you wrestle?
184.
Damn. So you must be a beast.
It was tough. I mean, I was surrounded by some very big, strong guys because like once you're up there at 174 and above, really you can wrestle anyone up to heavyweight. You know, in the room, your partners are anywhere from 165 all the way up to the guys that are wrestling heavyweight. So, and I was definitely in the room with some hammers, some All Americans, world team members, stuff like that. It was a great experience for me for just growth mentally and physically.
Were you doing CrossFit at that time?
So I didn't really get into CrossFit. 2017 was the first time I did the Open. So
Okay.
I was in undergrad from 2013 to 2017, and then went to law school at Ohio State as well from 2017 to 2020. And that was the first. I just kind of walked into a gym. I think I remember what got me interested was just watching it on ESPN, like 2015 and 2016. And I was like, oh, it looks cool. I know I'm not good enough to make a Olympic wrestling world team or anything like that. So I just kind of like knew I wanted to keep competing and kind of got interested in that. I wouldn't say I started training like consistently until 2019, like the end of 2018, 2019.
And when did you really set your goals on making it to the games?
I would say after the 2021 season, like 2020 was a weird year, obviously for everyone. I was set to compete at a couple of different, like the MAC at the time, I think, and then one other one that both got canceled during that time of COVID. And then 2021, I went to the Granite Games, competed there, and then that was kind of right around the time that I was just coming on to active duty. So I took the bar exam like at the end of 2020, and then I basically just tried to keep competing. I did keep competing, but I tried to compete at the highest level I possibly could while also passing the bar exam and not getting fired from the Army for my first job. So tried to balance those two, which I think I've done an okay job of that so far. So
Oh, that's pretty awesome. What do you, are you stoked about going to the games?
yeah, yeah, it's nice to have the hard work pay off. This year specifically, I knew so just job and life situation was a little bit more hectic and just different in Kansas, and that's kind of why I'd always wanted to come here, where the Army's fitness team, like their CrossFit team, is housed. So whether that was on the team full time, which I'm not, I'm just here in a traditional attorney role. I just happen to work 2 minutes down the road from where the gym is. So it just allows me to train more right in the center of the day and dial things in a little bit more that way. So I knew that coming here would be a good change of pace and allow me to just keep getting better. And obviously, I've been with Mayhem for a couple of years now, and so being just geographically closer to them now, it's like a 2.5 hour drive. So that's been huge too. Just all those things kind of coming together, and just it's not so much those things, it just is progress from consistency and dedication over the years. Like obviously, it's now the sport is where it's at, where you got to be good at everything, above good at everything, because of how many guys are in this sport devoting every hour of their life to it. So I think it's just a combination of all those things that I've just stuck with it and kept getting better.
So you train with the Army fitness team. You go and use their facilities and work with
Yeah,
some of those members.
yeah,
Did
exactly.
they
Yeah,
did they have anybody else make it to semifinals this year?
nope.
Have they had anyone ever qualify for the games? I guess Chandler, but Was he still
Yeah.
active?
So Chandler's not active anymore.
No, I know
I
he's
don't think,
not now, but when he qualified or when he was at that team,
I
was he
think that
active?
first year, one of those first years that he was at the games and then went to Rogue as well. I think that was when he was here on the team. Yeah. And we've had a
Okay.
couple of people, actually Katie Cunningham, who just came here. She was on a team at semis. I misspoke a minute ago, but no other individual semi athletes this year. So yeah, it's a great environment though. I think that's it as far as athletes. It's difficult because you basically have to already be in the Army, and then just happen to be good at CrossFit as well, like to come here on the team. So it's not exactly easy to attract the best athletes in the sport from that standpoint. But it is what it is. It's a great opportunity if you can do it.
Are you familiar with the AMU?
Just I know of them just because
they recruit.
It's the same brigade. Yeah, that's actually the same brigade as the marketing and engagement brigade that both of those teams fall under here at Fort Knox. They're obviously, I think they're actually stationed all at Fort Benning or now Fort Moore. That's like where they actually train all the time. But other than just of them and that they go travel and recruit and win prize money at events because they're really good at what they do and stuff like that. It's
yeah, that's why I brought them up, because they have a pretty stout recruiting program where they get some of these kids that they see as the best shooters, and they'll recruit them over to that team and then have them there for a very long time.
Yeah, I think that's I hope that can become true of the CrossFit team here. It's kind of just still, because it's only been a thing for a couple of years. I think the AMU has been in existence longer than the fitness team. So I think just they're kind of still working out the kinks, like personnel wise, of how to get people here and how to keep them here. Because everyone always asks, like they think that we're housed at Fort Carson, like where all the WCAP teams are and everything like that. But it's just, it was brought in as a different kind of unit, and they're just still trying to work out how to get the best people here.
Is your unit really proud and excited about your qualification? Everyone's supportive?
Yeah, very supportive. Obviously, like you can make a good living and reputation for yourself if you are just fit in general in the Army. So that definitely. But other than that, I mean, I think it speaks to more just how supportive. It's like a very good team environment if you are dedicated to something and people can see that you're working hard towards it. But yeah, everyone's been super supportive.
We've been doing a lot of work with 18th Airborne Corps. I don't know if you've seen any of the stuff we're doing there. Mm-hmm. We do a one-day course actually at 3rd ID currently, and some of 18th Airborne Corps headquarters elements up in Fort Bragg, or what do they call it now?
I think 18th Airborne Corps is at Fort Liberty, is what it's called.
Liberty, yes, Liberty. So, but that's been a really fun engagement through General Donahue, and so it's been really rewarding. You know, I was in the Navy for 12 years to kind of work with some military, some servicemen, and contribute the knowledge of CrossFit and empower them to actually change their lives in the future. Have you been to a level 1?
I do have my level 1, and I'm actually scheduled to take my level 2 in September because my level 1 just expired.
Oh, awesome.
So
is there a local affiliate you're engaged with?
There definitely is. It's called CrossFit Hard Knocks, like right outside the gate of Fort Knox. So they have a great community there. Us Warrior Fitness Team athletes are just friends and know the owners and coaches and community that's there. So it's very nice to have that close.
Awesome. What are you good at? What's your strength?
Like as far as CrossFit?
Yeah, as far as CrossFit.
I mean, my strength definitely is my strength. Like just as you can see in other events that I've done, when it comes to like a max lift or some kind of complex, I always do pretty well. So whenever there's barbell, particularly a heavy barbell or heavy implements in there, I tend to do pretty well. But hoping to
clean and jerk?
Hoping to make that every event. Like my max clean jerks, like I think I've done 380.
Damn. What about snatch? Are you over 300 on the snatch?
I've hit 305. Been close misses at 315 a couple of times, but yeah.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay. And you're about 190, 200 now?
I'm like 205.
205?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hover around like 204 to 208, somewhere in there.
You decent runner?
I'm trying to get better. I don't know if I'd say decent, but definitely we've been doing a lot of running. A lot of swimming. Those have been weaknesses for me in the past. So obviously just trying to close the gaps like that with the field for sure.
Does the whole Army team follow Mayhem or just you?
Right now, I think it's just me that actually
Okay.
follows Mayhem religiously. Yeah.
So how much are you training a day?
I can get to the gym. Like I usually am able to break out my daily work and then my 2 training sessions because, like I said, it's pretty close, and I have an understanding leadership. That's kind of partly why I came here. So I would say typical like 2 sessions of 2 to 3 hours, so 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you excited? Like going
Yep.
into the unknown of the games, all
For sure.
feeling good, feeling prepared?
Yeah, body feels good. Body feels real prepared. This is kind of like a little bit of a back off week with just what we've done so far in June, and then knowing the next few weeks will be pretty intense in July. Just you hear a lot of people talking about nothing really should change to what got you to this point, other than just maybe a little bit more refined look at certain things. But it's not like I'm trying to reinvent the wheel and train out of my mind, because I've already been doing that. It's just like,
yeah,
you just hear a lot of people like say one of the worst things you can do other than just actually being injured is coming in way overtrained and your body's broken down. So trying to find that balance of working my tail off, but not coming in just already in a hole because I overtrained. So
do you have any mentor or anybody who's working with you who's been to the games before and been around?
Other than just the coaching staff and the other Mayhem athletes that I've become pretty close with, not particularly one athlete who's a mentor or anything like that, no, but just obviously leveraging the coaching staff and the community that Rich has built at Mayhem has just been huge for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any questions or anything you want to ask me?
I was going to ask you, what is the swimming event going to be this year?
Just wait and see.
thought I could maybe sneak that one out of you.
No. I think we're announcing the cut schedule today, though. So okay. I thought it was going last week. I think it's actually going today. Okay. So there'll be some information with that. And I will say this, especially since you're a serviceman, July 4th, we might have a little announcement.
Okay.
We might have our first workout announcement.
First event.
Yeah, not first event, but a first. We'll call it a first announcement.
Okay. Other than, hey, what I'm probably most excited for is the events that are going to be Friday night on the football field.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
That they released, because that's, we're a huge football family. My brother played college football. My dad has always coached it. I played quarterback all 4 years in high school, so it's like that's probably what I'm most excited for. Regardless, even if it's like a 5K around the track, which might not on paper be the best for me, just being in that. Like, one of the coolest parts of going to Texas is seeing their Division I style high school football stadiums. So
that's crazy.
That'll be fun for sure.
All right, Jack. Well, appreciate the call. Appreciate the time. Yep. Thank you for your service.
Definitely. Same to you. Appreciate it.
Thanks. And I will see you soon.
All right. Sounds good, bro. See you later.
Thanks.